Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Minecraft Archive. So I am here inside of the Enterprise, and this is of course the Minecart station, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but this used to be a lot more complicated. There was a couple secret doorways that would go back to the inner workings of the Minecart rail station. Back there was like a couple booster carts, and when I'd press the button, it would trigger one of the booster carts to travel along a railway so that it would boost this cart and boost me down the track. Well, as of beta 1.6, booster carts no longer work, so I had to figure out how to get this minecart rail station working again, and it was actually pretty simple. So what I'm going to do in this video is I am going to show you guys how to make a new and improved minecart rail system. You can throw out what I showed you guys in the past. This is much more simple, much more efficient, and I like it a lot. So let me go ahead and pick this up because I don't need it. The way it all starts is with a powered rail, and let me go show you. Actually, I have a crafting bench on me. Let me show you how to make a powered rail. These are new, not super new, but they've been out for a little while. You're going to take 6 gold bars, and you're going to put 3 gold bars on each side. And then you're going to put a stick in the middle and 1 piece of redstone at the bottom, and that creates 6 powered rails. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm running a little low on gold, but that at least shows you guys how to make a powered rail, because you're going to need them for this new minecart rail station system, excuse me. So it starts with a powered rail right here and a button on the wall. Now if you notice, there's a powered rail there, and notice how it's bright red. That means the powered rail actually has power, and this one does not have power. Now if I hit the button, notice for a split second it does have power, and if my minecart was sitting on top of that powered rail, it would have been boosted down the track. So that's pretty simple. You start your track with an unpowered rail. 2 blocks above, you place a stone button, and there is no redstone dust or anything connecting these two. It's just because they are close enough in proximity that the button activates the unpowered rail. So that would get me started heading down the track, and then I just have a normal rail here, and then I have 1, 2, 3 powered rails, okay? Notice these have power. There is a redstone torch directly beneath these. Only one of them, it's enough to power all 3 rails. And because these have power, any minecart traveling over it will be boosted. Now the reason there is 3 is it takes 3 booster rails to get a minecart up to maximum speed. So this spot here gets it going, but doesn't get it going at maximum speed. It then hits these 3 and it starts traveling at maximum speed down the track, just normal minecart tracks. Now we get here to the hill, and sounds like there's a zombie in that wall. We get to the hill here, and I always place nothing but powered rails on hills in order to maintain maximum speed. But I've read that you actually only need 1 powered rail for every 4 blocks heading uphill. I haven't tested that. I just go ahead and make every uphill track a powered rail. So I'm going to continue traveling along, and as you can see, it's just pretty much basic minecart tracks until you get to this curve here. And I place powered rails around curves because curves seem to decrease the speed of a minecart. This one here, make sure I stay traveling at the maximum speed, and then I have this powered rail right here. And this powered rail is strategically placed in the manner that it is exactly 42 blocks from where I was first boosted. So let me head all the way back here and start from the beginning. So obviously I hit the button, I get going, and then I hit these 3, and I'm now at maximum speed at this point right here. What you will want to do is, after you're at maximum speed, is make sure you place one powered rail every 42 blocks. So that means you would have 41 normal tracks followed by one powered rail. So from this point here, all the way up here and around the curve, this is 42 blocks exactly right here. I use torches to kind of help me count. The way I would do it is I would start counting, and every 10 blocks I would just grab a torch and say, okay, here's 10, so on and so on, here's 20, and then that way it's a little easier to count. Just a little tip to help you count out exactly 41 blocks. You want 41 normal tracks in between the two powered rails. Now these, like I said, do not count because they help maintain speed through certain circumstances. In this case, the corner slows it down, so I have one there, and I have a couple here because I am going uphill. But it's pretty simple from here on out because this is just a nice, flat, long, straight minecart rail system. So I've got a powered rail here. I go 41 normal blocks or normal tracks. And then I have one here. And it just goes on and on until I finally get to the lock. So let me head back here and we will test this out. Okay, so I have placed my minecart on that unpowered rail. Remember the one that did not have any power. Now if I did hit the button now, that would start traveling down the track, but because it doesn't have my weight in it, it would not get very far. You need something actually in the minecart for it to travel at maximum speed. So I'm going to hop in here. And if you remember the button in the past, sometimes I would have to press it several times. I couldn't figure out exactly why it wouldn't always work. This one works first try every time. And so I start traveling. I'm up to maximum speed. And now I just hit 1 every 41 blocks to maintain this maximum speed. So all in all, I would say this type of minecart rail system is much easier to figure out than the older one. You don't have to have those carts on the side. If you remember, I used to have those that would boost me every so often. I wasn't very scientific about it. I would just place one every time I felt like I was going slow. But with these powered rails, I'm able to be very precise. I know that it takes 3 powered rails to get me up to maximum speed. And from that point on, I just need 1 powered rail every 41 blocks. And that will maintain my maximum speed, and I can travel to wherever I'm heading. And in this case, I am traveling from the Enterprise to the lock, which is about a 1-minute travel if I remember right. And here we go. We're at the end. And I will show you this part here because it gets a little curvy. Alright, so I am here. I just right click to get out. I jump out and it just stays there for me. So same setup here. I've got 1 unpowered rail with the button above. I have the 3 powered rails to get me up to maximum speed. I have powered rails around the corners. That way I don't lose too much speed turning. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys need a more detailed explanation, I know I didn't show you guys the entire process of me building it, but I think it helps to start off by just building the normal minecart tracks first. If you just lay that down from your starting point to your ending point, you'll have a good idea of the path that you will be taking in your minecart rail system. And then I would go back and add the powered rails later. It does take quite a bit of gold to make all the powered rails, so you're going to want to head into the caves and find some gold and get a good stash. If you remember my vault, it had a huge stack of gold blocks I was really proud of. There's now only 2 gold blocks in there, so yeah, I've really used up a lot of that supply. But not all of that gold went to powered rails for this minecart rail system. I have actually built a second minecart rail system that travels from the Enterprise to Reverie. And I will show you guys that here in just a bit, and I will show you some of the other projects I'm working on. But before we get to those projects, let's update you guys on Enterprise Estates. Alright, so I am here on the 8th floor of Enterprise Estates, and apparently it's a very cloudy day out today. I can hardly see anything down there. But anyways, the whole reason I came up here is Dysphoric for Life gave me the idea to build like a hot tub up here by the swimming pool. So you got the swimming pool in here, and you have a nice cozy hot tub right on the edge of the balcony with a great view of the Enterprise city below. So I wanted to show you guys that. That is one thing I have updated to Enterprise Estates. The other thing is it was very dark inside Enterprise Estates, and I was concerned about that. And a viewer by the name of Rancake1 gave me the idea to build these glass columns from the very bottom of Enterprise Estates all the way to the top, and then fill them with lava. So if I kind of creep to the edge here, you can see these things. They really do help light up the place. I was getting some monsters spawning inside of Enterprise Estates. That seems to be much better now. So I'm actually going to try to do my hop from up here to the waterfall below and not die. Whew. Successful again. Alright, so yeah, you see these things. They really help brighten up the area. Lava is very, I think luminescent is the word. It might be way off, I might be making up words, but what I mean is it produces a lot of light, especially compared to like torches. So simply surrounding it with glass keeps it from catching everything on fire like my nice wooden staircases leading to each floor. So yeah, I went ahead and did that. I thank him for the idea. To update you guys on the progress of the rooms, the entire first floor is done. So yeah, let's just pick a couple random ones and peek in there. This is Benalik's room. I'm sorry, I'm sure I butchered that. So red and black, checkered floor and ceiling, and you got a bed, a bookshelf, cool little room. Let's just pick one over here. This one looks very bright. This is Boo Rippin's room. We got a black and white checkered floor. Looks like a light gray wool ceiling, lime green for the walls. Ooh, and a jack-o'-lantern over there. So yeah, another cool little room. But yeah, so I've done the entire first floor and 2 rooms on the second floor. Bringing my total to 18 rooms have been completed. Yes, if I had spent all of my Minecraft time devoted solely to finishing these rooms, I might have them done by now. I might not have had enough wool, I don't know. But I have been working on a few other projects, and I just needed a break from Enterprise Estates. I really enjoy making the rooms because, I mean, they're my viewers' rooms, and I really appreciate all that you guys have done for me, but it does get a little tedious after a while, and if I feel like I'm not having a lot of fun playing Minecraft, I try to, start another project, start something that sounds really interesting to me, and then, come back to the other project later. So I just am kind of simply taking a small break from Enterprise Estates. When Beta 1.7 is released, I plan on really trying to finish all the rooms very fast. And I'll explain why here in just a bit. But let me show you the 3 projects I have been working on. This is the first one right here. It's maybe a quarter of the way complete. This is going to be an arena. And this is where I am going to do battle with all the lovely monsters in Minecraft. And what we got over here is a couple doors. And you'll see water down there. And what will happen is I have tested it and it appears to work fine. I will stand here in the middle of the arena and monsters will come pouring out of that door of the variety of creepers, skeletons, spiders, and zombies. And we will do battle in the arena. I'm going to have stands or some type of seating going all the way around here. But I should be able to do these battles during day or night. I will not tell you how that works, but I will explain that in a later episode. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to completing this. I've got to get rid of all this snow here. that's covering up the sand floor. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, inspired by the Colosseum. You got the sand floor. Maybe that's not right. Not right. Maybe it was dirt. I don't know. But I believe in the movie Gladiator, it was sand. But anyways, yeah, you got the sand floor. It's, you know, circular. It's not going to be as big as the Roman Colosseum, but it should be pretty cool. But speaking of having snow on the ground, I got really tired of the firing range always having snow on the ground. So what I've done is I've put a torch in the ground and a block of glass above it. So far that seems to work. As you can see, I don't have any snow covering up the firing range, but I'm tired of all this snow in the snowy biome, so I am trying to figure out how to place torches in the ground to keep the snow from sticking on the ground. So that seems to work, and I'm sure that looks pretty cool at night too. And here we go. Here is the second project I have been working on, and as you can tell, it is massive. So much smooth stone. What I wanted to do is create a bridge slash minecart rail system that takes me from the Enterprise all the way to Reverie. So it's the same setup before. I hop in the little minecart, I push the button, and got a big steep incline there, but all those powered rails help me get up to speed and help me get up the hill. So now I'm traveling this way, and if you guys remember, the Star Scraper mountain range is over here. I decided that I was going to build this minecart rail system to actually travel through the Star Scraper mountain range. So it's taken a little while to load because I'm traveling so fast, but as you can see shortly, hopefully, I go right through the mountains. And I gotta get rid of this snow too. It's kind of bugging me on the sides of the path. But yeah, so here's the Star Scraper mountain range. I go right through it. Looks pretty cool. And then I start to travel over the ocean. And I am getting fairly close to Reverie by now. Yeah, and the world is really having a hard time keeping up with the speed. I don't think it likes how I was all the way at the lock and then I traveled all the way to Reverie in a pretty short amount of time. Only so much of this game can be loaded into memory at one time, or at least I believe so. There's a few more wolves that I found running around here. I tamed them and made them sit and stay. Alright, so here we are at Reverie, and I can go down here, and I am right in the base. So yeah, that's much better than walking. I was starting to do a lot of traveling back and forth between Reverie, and let me show you why. If I head down here, which I probably should have just stayed down here because I was down here like 2 seconds ago, I have a sign here that says Animal Farm and Trap. And if I head down the ladder, and this is still kind of a work in progress. All of this is all three projects: the arena, the minecart rail system and bridge that travels to Reverie, and this Animal Farm and Trap are all still a work in progress. But the Animal Farm and Trap that I currently have back at the Enterprise does not work very well. So I have devised a new kind of trap based off some inspiration that I got from other videos on YouTube. I will give them credit when I make a more detailed episode about how all this works. But yeah, you guys are probably like, man, what in the world is going on? This is very confusing, but let me show you this room. You will recognize this. It looks a lot like the monster spawner room, but made entirely of grass. And I may make this room slightly larger, because right now it doesn't spawn a whole lot of animals, but part of that problem is only so many animals can be spawned at one time in Minecraft, and the number's not huge. But anyway, so yeah, all of the channels take you to this point where the come on, water, let me through here. My current is very strong. The animals are taken up that water shaft there. They're taken down this channel here. They're drowned there, and their loot is collected here. But I will go into much greater detail in a later episode to show exactly how to build that and show you an actual animal being killed and how it all works. The whole reason I even built that was because I really wanted to figure out how to shear a sheep and get wool from it. I thought I had came up with a very clever idea until I found out a dispenser, when triggered, automatically cannot shear a sheep. But what I did find out in beta 1.7 is sheep will drop one piece of wool when they die. So that whole animal farm and trap is much more efficient than the one back at the Enterprise, and I'm hoping to collect lots of wool there so that I can finish the rooms in Enterprise Estates. Alright, so I am just going to travel back to the Enterprise, and there are tons of mobs hanging out here at night, trying to shoot me as I go by. Might have to get into a battle if one of them is actually on the track. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see what this looks like at night. I've been, sleeping in a bed to make it turn into daytime, so I just work on this minecart rail system and bridge during the daytime, so I don't have to worry about mobs. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what this all looks like at night. One quick thing that I do want to mention, I have been getting a lot of personal messages on YouTube, which is a great thing. I really appreciate all my viewers, but the problem is as I get more and more viewers, it becomes a little harder to reply to all of the messages. And to let you guys know, the best way to get a hold of me is to leave a comment on my channel page or on an individual video page. Let me kill these zombies, and then I will keep explaining what I'm talking about. Okay. I check all my comments on all my videos, even episode 1 of the Minecraft archive. If you leave a comment on that video, I get an email, and I will reply back. So my problem is I'm just getting so many personal messages, and a lot of them are things that could just be left on my channel comment page or on a video page. If you have an idea for me, it might be a good idea to put it on the channel comments page, because maybe somebody can help elaborate more on your idea, maybe can add to it. So unless it truly is something personal, maybe you're giving me the password needed to get onto your Minecraft multiplayer server, obviously I understand if you send that to me in a personal message. But if it's something that can be left on a video page or a channel comment page, I would really appreciate it if you leave it there. It's just a lot easier for me to check those pages rather than having to check so many different spots on YouTube for comments. But yeah, I just wanted to, it's not a big deal if you guys do still send me personal messages. I'm just saying I would prefer them to be comments on a video or on the channel page, but not a big deal. I'm not mad or anything like that. I don't get mad very easily. But anyways, so yeah, I will start to wrap up Enterprise Estates. I know I've said that many times. Once beta 1.7 comes out, and once I start collecting a lot of wool at the new and improved animal farm and trap, there will be new videos coming soon on the arena and the new and improved animal farm and trap to show you guys how those are built, how they work, and have some fun with them. So I think that concludes this episode. Hopefully you guys can fix your minecart rail system that was using booster carts, and hopefully it'll work like mine. It's pretty easy. So I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon.